My name is Daniel Ortiz, and I have.
I'm Ross Miho.
Welcome to Studio BTV. All right.
So first topic today is we're going to talk about Jefferson as a whole. Just all the, basically what we were told before coming here and what we have learned from being here.
I feel like a little bit of a background is like where we were from before.
Yeah,
Jefferson.
for sure.
So, where were you from, Ross?
So just before coming here this past year, I was living in Washington, Tacoma area. It's really called Bethel, but not a lot of people know that. So normally I say Tacoma. And I moved here at the beginning of junior year. Where were you from?
So you transferred over?
Yeah, so I transferred over. I did my first 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, at Bethel High School. And I decided to move over here, live with my dad for a little bit. Yeah.
I guess before I go on to myself, can you tell me more about what your experience was like at Bethel High School?
Yeah, so my experience at Bethel High School was very, I guess you could say, pretty normal. I didn't really like too many of my teachers, didn't like too many of the students. It wasn't a very friendly environment. I had a small group of friends, but they weren't really my friends. They were kind of just there. They were just people I knew. Same with the teachers. I definitely had a really good teacher too, but a lot of the teachers were just there because it was their job. Didn't seem like a lot of my teachers, personally, I don't think a lot of my teachers really wanted to be there, and that made my experience at the high school not as enjoyable as I would have wished.
Oh, well, do you enjoy it here?
I do. I definitely enjoy it here a lot more. So before I came here, I told everybody that I knew that I was going to be coming here, and that was just around the time when a lot of stories were coming about gangs, shootings, and like robbings that are going around in Portland area. And because of the news, what they would do is they just put a picture of Jefferson on the front of all these stories. So when I told people this, they'd look up the school, and the first thing that they would see is shooting at Jefferson High School, or somebody broke into somebody's house from Jefferson High School.
Were you here during the PCC, the Rosemary Anderson shooting?
I was not. I don't think so.
So that's probably where you got the stories from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yeah.
You can look it up.
Yeah. So there were a lot of things that people told me that I should not come to this school because I would get shot, or I would get jumped, or it was a very dangerous school. And when I walked in, I was immediately greeted by people, not even teachers, not even staff, but students came up to me and were like, "Oh, I've never seen you before. What's your name?" And they'd shake my hand, and then they'd ask me if I needed help with any of my classes. And this was just on registration day. Like, it wasn't even the first day of school. This was as I got my classes. People came up to me and asked me my name and asked me where I was from, which was a really weird experience for me because in a lot of schools that I've been to, I've moved around a lot. A lot of people don't go out of their way to introduce themselves. So it was nice to have really friendly people.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I met you on the very first day of registration. You were doing surveys.
That was this year, man.
That was this year, yeah.
Wow. Well, that means we didn't meet last year?
Mm-mm. We met at the very beginning of this year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was doing a survey for student government, and that's after I took my statistics course. I was interested in surveying some students. So I was here for all 4 years. So I chose Jefferson, and I came into here my freshman year. I actually lived in Southeast, and I still lived in Southeast at the time. So Jefferson was across the city, and a lot of people were saying, "Don't go there. You're gonna get shot. There's gangs there." My parents didn't want me to go. My friends didn't want me to go. The teachers didn't say anything except for one teacher who actually did want me to go. But it was mostly my idea of I wanted to go, and it's fine if I left my friends because I had friends, and the friends at the time were actually the oldest friends I ever had, which was 4 years. I met them in 5th grade because I used to live in Alaska. I used to live in Aloha, and we used to move a lot. So it kind of sucked to leave friends that I thought I was going to grow up with. But I understood that it was a choice that it was like an important choice for me for my future. So when I came here, came here alone. Probably you did too.
Yeah.
and I really made the best of it, like literally, and I really changed. So like in middle school, I was really, pretty quiet, didn't really do a lot of extracurricular activities. But when I went to Jefferson, like I changed from like day one or even day zero since I was there at registration. Like shaking hands and introducing myself, and I came there with a Franklin transcript, and I was like getting help. And I remember the first day they're trying to figure that out. It's like, yeah, these teachers are not at this school. We don't have room 503, but here's A floor, B floor, C floor. So it was pretty confusing for me at the first day of school. But they made it work, and they put me in classes, and from there I just kept consistently doing. I don't feel like I've changed much from the first day of Jefferson. I mean, I've learned a few things, but I don't think I've changed much. So, I love Jefferson. There were moments when I thought I could still go to a different school, and I didn't choose a different school.
Yeah, for sure. So since I'm a junior, and this is only my first year here, I don't know too much about the school, but I do know that I want to stay for senior year. How are you feeling about graduating this year and leaving the school?
So the funny thing is, I thought about graduation since before I went to high school. Like I always had that in mind. So it's something that I know it's coming up, and people ask me, "Oh my God, can you believe it? You're graduating?" It's like, yes, I can really believe it. I've been anticipating this for more than 4 years. And the thing about me is I'm kind of weird in terms of thinking about time. I hate that time passes, but at the same time, I really like it living in the moment that I am. So, if you ask me you can't wait to get out of here, I'm like, no, I can really wait. I really like wherever I am. I know I'll love it better. I probably will like it better in college, but just because it's not the best in high school doesn't mean that it's not great. So graduation is coming up, it's in 5 weeks now, 4 weeks?
Something like that, yeah. You guys are coming up on it.
Yeah, so it's really, it hasn't hit me yet. It's kind of it's more of a deadline. I need to finish some things before I graduate, and not just papers or school stuff. Actually, some projects that I want to finish up. I have a documentary coming. I want to get this off. I want to get this started, and some other things. So graduation is more of a deadline.
All right.
And it's not going to be I think it will be a big deal, but in terms of just graduating from public school, I know I'll have way more to go after I graduate. But in terms of actually being there, I think I'm probably gonna cry, man. Not for the reasons that you may think, though. There were some, I guess you could, if you got to know me better. But it's gonna be interesting.
For sure.
Yeah, I've been practicing my moonwalk since freshman year.
You're moonwalking? You gonna moonwalk across the stage?
That's what I was thinking.
Ooh.
Because I've been practicing since freshman year, on my leisure time, and I think I've gotten pretty good at it. I can do it in tap shoes. I can do it on corrugated metal with that tap shoes. So it's a possibility. No guarantees though, because I might not want to look like a dick. Pick it up as graduation.
Oh, I feel like that'd be kind of cool.
Be cool.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. I want to do a speech.
Speech?
I wanted to, but I got a B in 7th grade for a high school class, so bye valedictorian. But actually right now I don't think anybody's valedictorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're still in the top part of your class.
Yeah.
You're still at the very top.
I like to think so.
Yeah, I know so.
So, what about you, Ross? Are you looking forward to next year?
Senior year doesn't really feel like senior year next year because I have an entire full schedule. And I also have to take another class. I need to take a virtual scholars class because when I transferred schools, my school didn't have modern world history, and that's a requirement to graduate from Oregon schools. So I have to take an extra class. So when I see seniors, like I see you, when I see other people around school, I feel like senior year is having a lot of fun. Not having a lot of fun, but having a lot of fun with your friends and being able to take the class that you want to take.
That's what I was told when I was a junior.
Yeah.
Senior year is going to be it's gonna be funner, less
Yeah.
stressful, because in junior year supposedly when you're choosing colleges, and in senior year you're actually applying for them and you're just waiting back.
Yeah, but that's not really how it's going to be. However, you know, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm excited to graduate.
You gonna miss Miss Wright?
I'm going to miss Miss Wright. She's probably one of the best teachers I've ever had.
She's really
She's
unbelievable.
Totally awesome. A lot of my teachers have given up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way through like elementary school and middle school. A lot of my teachers gave up on me, which made me hate school because I'd try really hard to learn some things, but they just wouldn't stick. Like I noticed a lot of other kids, like the material would stick to them, but a lot of stuff did not. I didn't retain the information that I was being taught, and I had questions, but teachers didn't like questions because they're like, it's this way because it's this way, and it's because I tell you it's this way. But that's not really how my brain works. I like to know exactly why things don't work if they don't work. So a lot of teachers kind of just dismiss me. And in high school as well, a lot of teachers have just dismissed who I am. So it's really nice to have a teacher who genuinely cares about her students.
Yeah.
And she's really helped me, I don't know, I guess you could say figure out who I am as a person.
She's much more than just a writing teacher.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah,
She's a really good friend.
She's a really good friend,
reliable and like she's right now going into her master's degree to study, further study writing so that she can actually teach writing 121 here.
Yeah.
So her students don't have to go across the street.
Yeah, it's awesome because along with that, there's a lot of teachers out there who aren't at college while they're teaching and they still can't really get all of their work done.
Right.
Like grading work. And I don't think she's ever been late grading any of my assignments or any of my other classmates' assignments, yet she's taking classes after she gets done with work and she's going above and beyond. And she goes above and beyond not only for her own schooling but for my schooling, which I really, really appreciate.
And she's always up for favors, can always do favors. She's really great.
Yeah.
It's right. Is going to be like remembered for a lot of people, I think.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I
She's
remember
definitely awesome.
at the end of my junior year, I was kind of in the same feeling I am right now about graduation. I was thinking, oh, Miss Wright, I'm not going to see her again. It's going to be weird if I go back to, like, I just visit her because, I kind of have a feeling that probably teachers don't like I had that's the feeling I get. Like, teachers don't like to see older students. But, she's been really cool about it. She's like, yeah, come by.
Yeah. She's definitely one of the teachers that I'm going to
Miss the most?
go out of my way to keep in contact with.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Yeah.
She's cool.
She's awesome.
Yeah, we can dedicate this episode to Miss Wright.
Shout out to you, Miss Wright. You're pretty awesome.
Brought to you by Jefferson English.
Yep.
We put the K in school.
True.
No.
Very, very true.
No. Anyways, do you want to continue, or do you want to?
I feel like we should wrap it up. Bell just rang.
Yeah, the bell just rang.
We can go a little bit longer though, because I do have Edwards.
All right. Yeah. I'm sure. So, do you have any plans for prom?
For prom,
Yeah.
I do have plans for prom. I asked this girl. She said
Ooh.
yes.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty excited. It'll be my very first school dance ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
My very first school dance ever.
Who'd you ask?
I asked Claire.
Claire Slyman?
Yes.
Slyman?
Yes.
She's really, really cool.
She is awesome.
Like one of my favorite, juniors. Like seriously.
She's also one of my favorite juniors.
She's really sweet. She's smart. It's nice is very difficult to find in a person. So,
She's very genuine.
yeah.
I like that about her.
Really cool. Like, I remember I was taking a business administration class, and they were talking about hiring people, and they said that you can teach somebody things, like how to do things, and it's kind of general, but you could teach somebody things, but you can't teach people how to be nice. That's something that they do by themselves. You can't teach nice. So Claire, seriously, flat out, one of my favorite juniors.
Same.
Yeah, I've known her since her freshman year when I was a sophomore. Yeah, and she was she's consistently nice. To be honest, her and her friend Alexa and Claire, I knew them, and I kind of looked at them and I thought that they're probably gonna get popular very quickly, and I bet they're gonna kind of change. But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I told them they're probably gonna get very popular, and that's probably gonna change. And I think they said probably not, and I think they were right. But I think But when I meant by that is kind of like what I thought is that when you get popular, people in general get popular. It kind of goes to their head.
Yeah.
Ego-wise, but they've stayed consistently like really great people.
And I think that goes a lot to say about people at Jefferson. I definitely saw Claire on the first day registration. Actually, she was sitting right behind me, my stepmom, and I looked at her, and I looked at who was standing next to her, which was, I think it was Elena. I looked at them and I said, "They are too popular to be friends with me. We are never ever going to talk. She's way out of my league. We're not even in the same level." And I feel the same way with a lot of other people at this school. I see a lot of people and I say, wow, that person is really cool. They have no business talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, we would not be able to have a conversation because I wouldn't know what to say. And every single person I've thought that about, they've proved me wrong.
Yeah, and it's great to be wrong, you know?
Exactly, yeah. It's that's like one of the very few times where I'm genuinely excited to be wrong, because they are genuine people who are willing to have good conversations, and they are not D-bags. Like, they're good people. They are good people.
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I was going to say something right after that. I kind of forgot. No. Oh, yes. So in Jefferson in general, we don't have a lot of cliques, right?
Yeah, no, we don't have a lot of cooks.
We had one clique. We think we still have it technically. But when I was in freshman year, there's no cliques. Everybody can just talk to anybody. And when I talk to people I've talked to people at PCC, when I talk to my friends, they're cliques. There's jocks, there's goths. Maybe not the 90s, but
Yeah.
there's definitely cliques. But at Jefferson, there doesn't seem to be any cliques. Not in the same way that in other high schools. But, in 1 year, I feel like the dancers were kind of a clique, because
Yeah.
they all hung out with each other in the halls at lunch, and that kind of came sophomore year.
Yeah.
But that kind of dissolved in like junior year, and in senior year it's definitely dissolved. But in Jefferson we don't have cliques, so you can usually just come up to somebody and talk to them. But
Yeah,
like
exactly.
at Jefferson, it's not unusual, and it's welcomed. It's almost flattering too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what I liked. I like it's a small school setting, so you get to know everybody pretty well, and you get to find somebody that fits you well in terms of friendship.
For sure.
Yeah, I think
definitely agree.
I think it's been an interesting journey. Jefferson's really different from other high schools conventionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Cleveland, Franklin, they're different. I wouldn't say they're bad, but
I feel like what sets us apart is that we are small enough as a school to the point where it almost feels like a family.
yeah. And plus, I think on top of that is that the majority of our school is the minority population of Portland.
Yeah.
So they really weave in together.
Mhm.
They kind of like have each other's back, and that's established at Jefferson. I don't know for how many years, but anybody who comes to Jefferson gets to understand what it's like to be a family.
Yeah.
And be there for each other, and small school setting is something that's perpetuating that.
Mhm.
So it's been amazing.
Yeah.
The 4 years here, it's been amazing. So, are you excited for prom? First dance?
I am excited. I'm very, very excited. It should be an amazing time.
She's a dancer too.
Yeah, she's a dancer.
A Jefferson
I am
dancer for 2 years.
Not a dancer.
Yeah?
I have no idea how to dance. Not even at all. Not even a little bit. But I will try to dance that night. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you going to prom?
I was planning to. I am still planning, I guess. But it's been a little bit in the back of my mind. I don't really know who to take. I don't know what goes on in prom.
Mhm.
I was told that, go to your senior prom because that's going to be something you're going to remember.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I'm not the kind of person to follow the crowd.
Yeah.
I can have fun in my own ways. But at the same time, I've never been to a dance, so I wouldn't know what it's
Yeah.
like. Never been to a dance. Middle school, high school homecoming, high school winter formal. I have no idea what they do at a prom or a dance of some sort.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't even know who I'd take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt the same exact way. And, actually, my plan was if Claire did not say yes to prom, I was going to go get a group of people and go see a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that sounds like an amazing idea. Like, if I did not have a date to prom, I would have just gone and watched a movie or something.
Yeah.
With a good group of friends.
Yeah.
As much as people make such a huge deal out of prom, I think it's just an organized place to hang out with people.
Yeah, and it's a pretty formal place. Like,
Mhm.
you can have dinner before, and then
Yeah.
you could hang out there, not necessarily dance. I've been learning a little bit more while I've asked. But it's weird because it's like, for me, it's kind of, another thing about me is that I never had a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like, I think, by choice a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I could, sometimes I feel like I can't dedicate enough time for me to sustain a relationship. But at the same time, I felt like if I did have a girlfriend, then I feel like things would change.
Mm-hmm.
But so for prom, it's kind of weird because my idea of the end of sophomore year, I was like, okay, junior year goals, kind of like, continue doing what you're doing, try out some new things, specifics.
Mm-hmm.
But get a girlfriend, try to get close to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But now that senior year's here, it's kind of like mission failed kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not like to say that this is like an objective like that, but it's definitely something I feel like. I don't feel like I'm incomplete without them, but I feel like it's good, man. Like
Yeah.
to have somebody there, and being there without at the time of prom, it feels almost wrong to ask somebody just in general, because I feel like prom is kind of like a more sacred thing, something you take your girlfriend to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I shouldn't say I've never. I had a girlfriend for maybe a week in middle school, and I wouldn't call it a relationship. And Claire and I are not going out, but I'm still taking a prom. And it doesn't have to be somebody that you like. If you have a friend that you think you would have a good time going to prom with, like, take them.
I guess.
Or don't even take a date. Go with some people.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, take
Mm-hmm.
a friend. I mean, at this point, that's what I would have to do if I wanted to go to prom.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take somebody. But it's it's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of forcing myself right now since it's coming up so close. Like, am I gonna go? Am I gonna not?
Mhm.
People ask if I'm gonna go.
It's royalty themed, right?
Yeah.
Is that the theme?
Yeah.
Even if you don't go with somebody, that means your wardrobe is freed up to something amazing. You could go all out for royalty, the theme.
How could I do that, though?
You could, exactly. How could you do it? Because there's so many possibilities. If you're on your own, you could dress up like a king. You wouldn't even have to wear tux.
I have the homecoming crown from
See?
Homecoming King.
You could go all out. You could look amazing.
Yeah, I could. I kind of wish that I had more of a plan.
Mhm.
Kind of like, okay, I know I'm going to prom. I'm going with this person. In that case, I could totally like get a tuxedo
Mhm.
or even get like something royalty themed.
Yeah.
And that'd be really cool. Yeah, but gotta roll with the punches. Whatever, I gotta think about it.
Yeah.
It's still something I'm still thinking about.
For sure.
Yeah. You didn't have a girlfriend?
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah. Well, I just said kind of.
Yeah, no, I get too nervous.
Really, dude? You seem
Yeah.
like the type of guy that like all the girls would be all over you, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, as soon as I'm cool with being friends with a lot of girls, but as soon as it comes to like an intimate relationship, I kind of panic, and I'm like, this must be a joke. Like, there's no way this girl actually likes me.
Yeah.
So I kind of just push away, and then I like just keep treating them like friends because I don't know that, and I don't think I've been ready for a girlfriend, because I was fine being on my own. Like, I still am fine with being on my own. I'm not scared of being alone.
Yeah.
It's fun. But at the same time, I think I'm definitely ready now.
Yeah, because you're coming of age and you're growing and
Mhm.
want to try new things.
Yeah.
For me, for the longest time, it was just like, I had friends. My earliest friends were girls,
Mhm.
so I kind of just thought of them as friends.
Yeah.
I had a crush on a girl, and she had a crush on me in kindergarten, but I'm not sure if that counts. We have pictures where we're like kind of together.
Yeah.
But like when I went to Alaska, we had a friend and they were a girl, and like it kind of just like thought of them as friends, really good friends too. I would prefer them over men.
Yeah.
No offense. You're cool.
Yeah.
But in general, like what they would talk about, how organized they were, and how nice they were usually.
Mhm.
Like girls were typically the kind of friends I would want.
Yeah.
So as it continued going, like I almost felt like in high school when I was thinking about like a girlfriend, I was like, well, it seems like I had a pretty good deal here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is not like, I don't feel like I would need more. Like, I got, friends that are girls that are cool. And that's here in high school, I feel like, or in middle school, is when I started getting guy friends too. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I feel pretty well. And I'm, as an independent person who really does fine by themselves. And at this point, I would have to be because, moving school so many times. And I do like to be on my own sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I kind of figured, like, a girlfriend, like, as nice as it would be, it doesn't seem that necessary. And that's why I don't feel like it would complete me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'd be a good counterpart, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, at the end of the junior year and senior year, I was thinking, like, all the things that I would want to do with a friend, I can only do with a girlfriend. And I'm not, like, meaning anything, like, romantically. I mean, like, talk to them, like, on a deeper level, talk to them more about my personal self, and have somebody to listen to and understand their lives.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of it's kind of something I want, and I think I could only get that through a girlfriend. Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, like you said as well, you can also get that with a good friend.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you've been a pretty good friend, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Very surprisingly good friend. You just came out of nowhere.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would like to say the same about you. You kind of just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, like
I went from taking my survey at registration to being on a podcast with me, or a talk show with me.
Yeah.
Which is...
We helped set this up, and...
Yeah, we set this entire thing up. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty surprised with you, dude. Like, I kind of figured, like, I can only be, pretty good friends with somebody who I've known for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, for sure.
And Miss Wright even said so. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it goes well, even if I've known you for like only a year, maybe a year and a half. It just shows that, with enough similarities, you can be pretty good friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely agree.
Fist bump. All right. Are you ready for the next topic, or do you want to go to Edwards?
I feel like we should wrap this up.
All right.
Yeah.
You just listened to the first edition of, what was it called? Studio B something? Studio B TV.
Yeah, Studio B TV for now.
For now, yes.
For now.
For now. To be
For now.
determined.
To be determined is the name of our show at the moment.
Yes, Untitled.
Untitled. That's actually not that
Two.
bad. That's actually not that bad.
Untitled?
Untitled. That's not that bad.
There's been shows called Untitled.
Untitled. Yeah, we talk about whatever we want.
That wouldn't be too bad. This is Untitled. I'm Daniel Ortiz Rojo.
And I'm Ross Miho.
Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Peace out.